Hello, and welcome to my reflection for the third Sunday in Ordinary Time. One of the unique things that struck out to me this week that doesn't necessarily always happen is that I was able to see a connection, a kind of a pattern through all the readings and the prayers for this week. And I was very grateful to be able to see that, and I'm very grateful to be able to share it with you today. One of the main themes I saw throughout it all was as a call from God to turn and follow Him. In the first reading, we hear about the Ninevites who were not leading very holy lives, and how Jonah came, being sent by God, and called them to turn and follow Christ, to turn and follow God, and they did. In the psalm, we hear the response, "Lord, make me know your ways." We do that so that we can ask God to show us what we should be doing so that we can follow Him. It's not just a call to follow Him for those who are not living upright and holy lives like the Ninevites, but even in the second reading and the Gospel, especially in the Gospel, Simon, Andrew, James, and John were not leading unholy lives. They were not living in their sin. They were doing a very noble profession. They were fishermen. But God still called them to something even better. And I think that's, for me, is what I love a lot about these Gospels, this Gospel and this reading, is that although we can be doing good, we're not done. God is still calling us to something even greater. So we can do good, but we can still do greater things yet. All we have to do is, like the Psalm tells us, ask the Lord. Lord, make me know your ways. Teach me your paths. Lead me in your truth and teach me, for you are my salvation. We need to take time every day to ask the Lord what it is He wants of us. We can do good things, but we can still do even greater things. And that's why we're just like the Ninevites. They turned from their evil ways, their sinful ways, and turned towards God. But they weren't done. They have to keep going. Just like Simon, Andrew, James, and John had to keep going. They had to take the time. They spent the time with Jesus, listening to Him, hearing His words, asking questions, so that they too could be called to greater things. They weren't just called to follow Christ, just like we are not just called to follow Christ. They were called to then go and bring Him to others. And so always being called to greater things. I think that's what really struck out for me today, and what really kind of hit home is that no matter where I am in life, even if I think I'm doing good or being told I'm doing good, there's still more I can be doing. There's still more that I'm called to. God has called us each to a great vocation and to a great, to do great things in life, and we just have to take the time to listen, to ask, and to be open to hear His voice. And so that's my reflection for today. So let us all take the time to ask the Lord what He wants of us next, and what He has planned for us. And then be silent and still enough to listen to His response, and then have the courage to go and follow. Because that's the end of the Gospel. Simon, Andrew, James, and John immediately left their nets and followed. The Ninevites immediately turned from their evil ways, following Christ. So I pray that we can all do the same, as we need that encouragement from each other. And I offer you encouragement today to do that as well. Thank you, and God bless.